Okay, welcome back. I mean, the market's up 350 odd points, looking strong, but not as strong as probably an hour ago or so. One stock which has not participated, I mean, which has basically gone down in the last 48 hours, today and Friday, is Z Entertainment, and for good reason. Now we are picking up that one of the creditors has actually sold some shares in Z. Sumera, tell us more.
Yeah, so Prashant, thanks very much for that. So my sources tell me is that between Friday and today, part of the pledge, or perhaps we can't ascertain the number, has been sold. The lender is likely to be Kotak AMC. We have written to them for a comment and I've reached out to them, but so far we have not received a response from them. But remember, this divide between the lenders was well known because it was made quite apparent to us that those who have had FMPs with exposure to SL could not have participated in any sort of extension which the SL promoters had sought. Now, so far, there's no confirmation on whether that extension has been provided by the other lenders or not. Talks are ongoing, but this is where they were stuck. So Kotak, remember, and HDFC AMC were the two guys who had received the show cause notice from SEBI back in May. Those proceedings are still ongoing, right? They have not yet been resolved. So there is no way that I mean, what I feel that there's no way that Kotak and HDFC AMC can participate in this extension. The understanding now is that Kotak has already started invoking that pledge. So they're the first guys out of the door, so to speak. And just to reiterate that they have not yet responded to this story. I did reach out to the management of Z as well. So a spokesperson for Z have just said that we remain engaged with lenders to sort of try and find the optimized value for this stake sale. And they will apprise us once the extension is finalized. But importantly and quite curiously, the SL Group chairman, Subhash Chandra, was at the North Block today. So our sources tell us, our reporters in Delhi tell us that he has had a meeting with FM Nirmala Sitharaman. So, you know.
It's a moving story.
Yeah, it's a
lots of moving
story.
parts, and we'll sort of get you more when we have more. But that's the latest on Z. 282, 283 is down 6%. Okay, let's get talking to the management at Thermax to understand how this tax cut will impact not just Thermax but other companies in the sector as well. Mr. M.S. Unnikrishnan is managing director of the company. He's joining us right now to tell us that. Mr. Unnikrishnan, thank you for your time, sir. For Thermax, first up, what's the savings?
Prashant, on the face of it, we're talking about something closer to 40 plus crores of rupees for Thermax Limited. Apart from that, certainly there are other nuances in minor subverts which we are yet to be arriving at the final number.
So 40 crores 40 plus crores goes into the net, at the net level.
You're right, absolutely right. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Okay, so that is the, in a way, the first order impact straight away. What after that, Mr. Unnikrishnan, according to you?
See, as a company which always had an effective tax rate of 35 plus upwards for quite a number of years, this is certainly going to be very positive for the shareholders of Thermax that the net money in the hands of the company is going to be increasing. Now, is it going to be stimulating us further to be setting up more capacities and creating more manufacturing facility within the country? In any case, we were not looking at our cash position, which is always positive in any of the investments that you've done. Even when majority of the capital goods companies were not adding capacity, we've added on 3 more facilities in the last 2 years itself. So going forward in the immediate future, we do not need to be investing in creating capacity within the country unless we diversify. So we will look at we are a zero debt company with a treasury in excess of $100 million available. So we'll certainly look at other avenues available for the company, certainly within the energy environment space within the country. That's as far as we are concerned related to our investments. However, I would possibly believe that, Prashant, this is a very positive move, which I don't know why people aren't really appreciating. Everyone is looking at as to what is in for them and can they reduce the prices of their equipments, items, whatever they sell. No, sorry. We need to look at it among the developing countries. with the kind of financial position that a country like India is in, bringing down the effective tax rate for two slabs. One is for existing companies and second for startups. It's a very strong and bold move, indicating our intention that we want to convert India into a major global destination for investment. So if you appreciate that factor, I would say that it's a very strong and bold move made by the finance minister.
In your industry, Mr. Unnikrishnan, will you get to keep these savings, or do you think, I mean, because of competitive intensity and other things, this will go into that?
I would say that this increases my competitive edge, though in a very minor way, in the domestic as well as international market, because there is hardly any listed company or a larger size company competing with us in majority of the areas that we are in the domestic market. Even if I am willing to pass the entire savings that I would get 40 crores on a 6,000 crore turnover of the company, you can imagine that that is not even maybe a 0.5% equivalent of that. Will that boost the entire sales? No, it's not going to be impacting. But certainly that will get utilized wherever there is a competition, and if I'm able to be ensuring that I'm able to get the order, I'd prefer getting an order than passing it on to my shareholders. So that much I can guarantee. So we would certainly utilize it for the purpose of improving the sales, but it's very marginal in my understanding, like others spoke about from the automobile industry. However, this is going to be increasing the cash position in the hands of the company, where they have difficulties of generating equity for setting up newer capacity or expansion, brownfield expansion program. This should help companies, because if you take the overall numbers, it to be coming out because there are estimates going on, but I presume that it is in closer to 80,000 crores to maybe 100,000 crores. That much additional equity availability in the hands of people who are wanting to set up capacity, it's going to be a major boost.
Okay. We'll leave it there, Mr. Unnikrishnan. Thank you very much for joining us with your comments, and appreciate your perspective, sir. Thanks indeed. Well, we will come back to more corporates in a bit, but 345 on the Nifty. So things are holding on pretty nicely, I mean, across the board. And stocks are, I mean, across sectors doing very, very well. Off the high point of the day, but I mean, still 340 points. Lots of interesting trivia, statistics, data at the bottom of the screen. Mid-cap index up nearly 1,500 points in 2 days. HDFC Bank, ICICI, Kotak Bank trading at record highs. I think 20 out of 30, 20 or 30.
The Nifty Bank has added 4,000 points in 2 sessions.
In 2 trading sessions.
I thought that was the most interesting.
Infosys falls up to 7.8%, biggest single day fall in 2 years. So not just things on the upside, but downside as well. So 30 or 50 Nifty stocks see double-digit gains in the last 2 sessions. So lots of interesting stuff there. We slip into a quick break. We'll get you more on markets, stock-specific action on the other side. Stay tuned.